Hi, this is Mike Regan with Transact's 2-Minute Warning for the week of June 16th. In this week's 2-Minute Warning, we're taking a look at the potential impact that tariffs could be having on your company's balance sheet. Years ago, I wrote a neat little article. It was called The Myth of the Best Intentions, based on some conferences and books I had read. It talked about the fact that how people feel better declaring their intentions, but when their actions don't comport with their intentions, well, what does that say? It says you're not serious, and that's the message a friend of mine gave me after he read that article. He said, Mike, are you serious about getting better health? I mean, that's what you tell me you intend to do. I said, Dave, absolutely. He said, well, you're not serious, because if you're serious, you'd be doing things differently. You'd be eating differently, exercising more, get more sleep. But at the end of the day, actions speak louder than words, and that brings us to what's going on with the tariffs. One of the things that we talked about in our webcast last week, and if you haven't listened to the tariff webcast that we hosted with our friends from the National Industrial Transportation League and CSCMP, go to Transact.com, listen to it, because one of the things we talked about is the impact that tariffs could be having on your balance sheet, whether it's lengthier times to get goods overseas in there now because of capacity constraints, how inventories are much higher than they need to be because companies have gone from just in time to just in case because they haven't stress tested their supply chains. Folks, we could go on and on, but at the end of the day, one of the other sure signs that you're not serious about having a great supply chain is the absence of a written tariff management plan. You all tell me how important these tariffs are, how they could impact you. And you can go down to tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. We could go on and on. But at the end of the day, we make it simple. Where's that tariff management plan? Most people say we don't have one. In fact, over the past 2 months, I've spoken to over 500 executive CEOs, whether through the webcasts or the various presentation at conferences. Less than 5% have a written management plan. Well, we're holding meetings, Mike. Great. What are those meetings doing without a written plan that says this is what we intend to get to? And that's why you need to hear and listen to us share what happens when you have a tariff management plan. The immediate thing, we can tell you what the financial impact is, we can tell you how it could potentially impact your balance sheet, give you options, but at the end of the day, here's what's really special. 4 to 5 weeks after you put that tariff management plan into effect, you're going to see lower container rates, and that's because we can also look at things like Incoterms. I could go on and on. Let's make life real simple. If you're serious about getting a better supply chain, if you're serious about protecting your company from the impact of tariffs and doing the best possible job of being proactive and protect yourself vis-a-vis what your competitors are doing, let's talk about the tariff management plan. We make all of this stuff available because with each and every 2-minute warning, we're here to remind you, we're on your team, here to help, passionate about seeing you be successful. Thanks for your time.